Thanks for joining us live for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. For the Denver Nuggets, they come in off that loss to the Golden State Warriors.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Well, you know, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, guys. And they have nobody to blame but themselves for that. You've got to do a better job of working harder to put up points.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So for the Clippers right now, Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Pierce in at the 3 spot.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Last season, the Clippers came away with the 3rd seed out west. They were very tough in conference and managed to get 37 of their 56 wins against Western Conference teams.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Last season for Chris Paul, another strong season. He had plenty of form in terms of media hype. He was as strong as ever on the court and off the court.
And that's a great point. You know, he did kind of fly under the radar. It's hard to imagine a first-team Hall of Famer in the future could do that, but a lot of it had to do with Steph Curry kind of coming on to the scene, splashing on the scene, if you will. But he is still one of the top point guards in our league.
Good! Foy's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play. You know, for Paul, you talk about the lack of talk about him last year. Very quietly came close to the 50-40-90 club. They have got to put a body on him because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
He dishes it to Griffin. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
The 50-40-90 club, something only elite scorers reach, and Paul came close while playing point guard. He might not get the height he used to, but CP3 is very much still one of the best in our league.
Boy, and for Randy Foye, I thought it was a big bounce-back year for him last season. His points per game were the highest they've been in 5 years, and his field goal percentage was the highest it's been in 5 years as well.
Talking about Randy Foye last year, one difference is that he started almost every game, 78 the most in his career. That may have given him, Greg, additional confidence. Who knows?
Well, where I was impressed, Kevin, with his improvement was as a facilitator and rebounder. He seemed to lose his mojo for a few years in there, but last season, I really felt like he got it back.
Now, here is Foye, following the shot by Chris Paul. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Redick with the 3. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Screen by Fareed. Moutier kicks to Chandler from deep. And good on the basket. Book it. Chandler's got his first 3 points of the game.
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth, here we go.
Now Foye, following Chris Paul's 3-point attempt. Foye dishes to Moutier. From deep. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. And while we can now, let's check in on the top scoring rookies in the NBA. Emmanuel Mudiay is second.
Well, coming in, you wondered how his talent would translate at this level in terms of scoring. And I'd gotta say, apparently, it's translating pretty well.
Well, you know, hey, as a rookie, it's always hard to earn the respect of coaches, but he's earned every minute he's gotten this season. Just a terrific offensive threat.
Here's Mudiay, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Mudiay, no good. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Paul goes in, and it's Denver with the rebound. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
The game is the first of a 3-game season series for these clubs, both looking to take round one.
And Greg, the first time you face a team in the season, that's when you're looking to take that mental advantage. Demonstrate you're better, and that could make it easier down the road.
That's good.
Boy, just a lovely dish by Griffin.
The Los Angeles Clippers, they come into this one following a loss to Toronto.
In the effort down the stretch, those final few minutes of regulation, that's what they needed, but they were burnt out in the overtime.
Yeah, that's a good call, Greg. I mean, there was a little bit of a letdown for them in OT, and that can happen after you expend so much energy just to force.
Your Nuggets dancers!
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
You always like it when your team doesn't settle for outside shots, and that's been the case here early on.
Yeah, I agree with you. They've done a nice job, Greg, working it low and not taking the easy way out on offense, keeping that pressure on the defense by going inside.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. Smith out there with Lance Stevenson, and it's Aldridge in at the center. And just as J.J. Hickson seemed to be finding some rhythm in his career, Clark, last season happened. His production dropped like a rock.
Yeah, Kevin, after 2 straight years where he was starting, last season he was asked to come off the bench. And for J.J. Hickson, that just did not seem to be a good fit.
Nelson against Paul. Nelson, the pass to Arthur. Here's Barton, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Nice shot by Arthur. Arthur's got his first points of the night. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Paul kicks to Smith. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here's Barton, guarded by Crawford. Arthur kicks to Laverne. Pass to Barton. And Aldridge sends it back. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Paul with the ball. Stevenson can't hit.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. And the foul called on Jamal Crawford. That is his first foul of the game. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Kicks it to Barton. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Crawford.
Nuggets call timeout.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Nuggets.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
They get it back. Laverne. And the rejection by Smith. Stevenson dishes to Crawford. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
A chance here, Kevin, to see where the Nuggets sit statistically in the NBA right now. 3rd in rebounding, 3rd in opponent field goal percentage. And they haven't concerned themselves too much with running the fast break. I mean, they're still in the top half of the league when it comes to scoring in transition, but that's not their focal point.
And you look at their ferocious rebounding. They're imposing their will, and you can see the results. Their physicality is yielding tremendous dividends.
First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
That's exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker.
And guys, Wesley Johnson, 4th overall pick back in the 2011 draft. Everyone thought he would have the jump shot to become a prolific scorer, and Clark, the length to defend at a high level.
Yeah, you know, in his rookie year, he averaged 9 points a game. Last year, his fifth, he averaged 10. I think it's to the point where he is what he is. He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Here's Arthur. No good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
You know, and getting back to Wesley Johnson, you kind of want to kidnap him and just chain him to a set of weights. I mean, he has all the natural ability in the world to be a difference maker, but he just lacks the strength to do anything with it. I mean, a voracious competitor in college. He's been relegated to marginal production at the pro level, and I really feel like a lot of it is because he physically struggles at times at this level.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Barton kicks to Nelson. Over in the corner, Arthur. Just 5 to shoot. No coverage that time. Arthur's got his second basket of the game.
Sensational pass. Even in mid-shot, he still saw the open man.
And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. And the first half comes to...
Thank you, Kevin. Will Chris...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The largest lead for them during the period was 4. And that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to get...
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
For Reed and Nurkic in the middle. Moutier out there with 4. And it's Chandler in at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Here's the 3, and he gets the bucket. Chandler's got 6.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Well, perhaps one of the most intriguing draft picks of this past summer, Emmanuel Moutier, can be a game-changing player. Was going to play, Clark, as you recall, at SMU for Larry Brown.
He sure was, and went overseas instead. So we don't know a ton about him other than his reputation is sterling. Now we'll see if he can live up to it.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Hickson's checked in, and the Clippers making a change here as well. Crawford's checked in. Foy with it. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Here's Hickson. Great D that time from Jordan. Clippers leading by 4. Pierce kicks to Jordan. It's stolen by Hickson. Now, here is 4. Defended by Paul. And the dunk by Fareed.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Moutier kicks to Foy. And the layup is good. Foy's got 6.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
The Nuggets missed the postseason again last year. Never really had a good look at it and just fell in back of the pack.
And it's the second straight year of not playing playoff basketball in Denver. This coming on the heels of 10 straight bursts between 04 and 13.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Chandler. Will Barton comes in for Randy Ford. And Nelson is subbed in for Moutier. The Clippers also making some changes. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Smith comes in for Blake Griffin. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for Pierce.
And, you know, for Denver, historically, they've enjoyed a lot of success for a long time. I mean, missing the playoffs consecutively might have been the wake-up call they needed to try something different going forward.
Nelson, no one around him. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Stevenson drives in. And the pass to Aldridge. High post try. Nice jump shot. Good. And the Clippers lead by 5.
And listen, it's sometimes really hard for teams like the Nuggets to know when to rebuild. So while they weren't quite sure what they had coming into last season, by the end of it, they had a clear idea of what direction they needed to head into for the future.
4 on the clock. And again, Denver no good. Crawford outside. There's the feed to Aldrich. Clippers moving the ball around. Nobody near Stevenson. And a miss there on the triple. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Barton, defended by Paul. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Nuggets shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Here's Barton. To the paint, 4 seconds left. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Nurkic.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look.
Now on the court, your very own Nuggets dancer.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the 4th quarter. Nuggets shooting for the game at 42%. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Johnson in at the small forward. Chandler is screen. Nurkic kicks to Foy. 6 to shoot to take the lead. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. The dish to Griffin. Johnson, the pass to Paul. Here's Jordan. Nurkic with the block. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
The Clippers in the lead. Redick dishes to Jordan. Johnson kicks to Griffin. Good on the baseline, Jay. Griffin's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Clippers. Griffin's got nearly everything to drop for him, shooting 5 of 6 from the field. Chandler goes in.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And that one falls for Chandler. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Denver. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Paul Pierce is checked in for Wesley Johnson.
Getting to the stripe is something they've been doing a lot of in the second half, guys.
And when you're behind, it's a good strategy. Not only do you get points, but you also get to set your defense. I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Feeds to Griffin. About a minute and a half into the 4th quarter now. And he banks in the layup. Griffin's got 4 this quarter.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Foy, the pass to Moutier. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here. Here's Chandler. And Paul pulls it down.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
The free throw drops for Reddick. Fareed's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And he makes both free throws.
Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. And it's Dixon in the corner. Good.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Pierce kicks to Griffin. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. It goes on Kenneth Fareed.
Griffin just having a terrific game. 13 points and 1 assist.
And he's turning this court into his own private playground.
Well, that's certainly what it feels like, doesn't it? I mean, we're watching this guy do it all, and he's doing it with flavor.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they got to figure out how to contain him.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
During that break, Coach Mike Malone had some words for his team. He told the squad, now is the time when we turn it on and leave them in the rear view mirror. It won't be easy, but guys, I know we can put them away. Let's see if they can deliver, Kevin.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
1:30 left to play here in the fourth. Some solid defense from Fareed. Chandler goes in, passes it to Mudiay. Fareed, a screen on Crawford. Down low. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just one in the basket from Kenneth Fareed.
Yeah, beautiful play on the interior. They're just using the height advantage to lay the ball up and in when they really needed that basket.
Paul outside. And Griffin with the score. The assist by Paul. 17 points for Blake Griffin.
That's 3 or 4 from the field for him now, guys, and he's really been a big part of the scoring here in the fourth.
Denver calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter. Chandler dishes to Ford. To the middle, it's off his foot, and the official saying it was kicked. Mudiay pass to Foy. Dishes it to Mudiay. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Denver making a switch here. Nurkic is checked in. Chandler against Pierce. Over in the corner, Paul, 6 to shoot. To the inside, here's Jordan. Yes!
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Denver calls timeout. They're down by 5. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. There's Foy with the 3. Nails it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
No, that's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Wow, I tell you what, those free throws will give them some much-needed breathing room. 2-possession game now.
He kicks to Mudiay. Fareed, left side. And here's Chandler from the arc. It falls! And that shot brings them to within just one. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line. Absolutely massive free throw. That'll force them into a three-point attempt.
So it's the Clippers.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Blake Griffin. He really came out of the gates with a nice rhythm, hitting his first 3 shots to get his team going.
Well, this win was really, really needed, and he went out and he got it for him. They lost 2 in a row coming in, and dropping the 3rd straight would have been very, very rough. But he took it upon himself, took it right to the ship as he always does. Great performance and a great time to deliver.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game.